of amazing desert animals. Henry!
Over here!
What are you doing there, Henry?
Well, I thought I was on vacation. The brochure promised sun, sand, and sea.
I don't see any sea.
Me either.
Do you even know where you are?
Somewhere called the Sahara Sunshine Resort.
The Sahara? But that's a desert.
Oh, what?
It's a big hot place with lots of sand, but that's not important right now.
So, no free drinks then?
Definitely no free drinks.
Wait till I see that travel agent.
A desert isn't the best place for a vacation, Henry. There's hardly enough water to drink, never mind swim in. And with those cloudless skies, deserts are freezing cold at night and the hottest places on Earth during the day.
Well, at least I'll get a good tan.
Stay out in this heat for more than a few minutes. You won't tan, Henry. You'll fry.
Why didn't I go to Bermuda like all my cousins?
Well, there are some lizards who live here. Deserts aren't really deserted, you know.
They must have had the same travel agent as me.
All kinds of animals survive here, from lizards to beetles to antelope.
They must be crazy.
Look at it this way, Henry. With fewer animals around, there's less competition for food.
Sure, but what food are you gonna get here? Scrub brush salad and sand dressing? And not even an ice cream.
You'd be surprised. All kinds of edible plants and fruits grow in the desert. You just have to know where to look.
Maybe this won't be such a bad vacation after all.
Deserts can be exciting places to visit, but you have to be tough to live here.
I'm an adventurous lizard. I can take it. Sheesh, my throat feels like I swallowed a blowtorch. This desert is hot. I mean, Africa hot.
Well, that's kind of the point with deserts, Henry. Why don't you try getting out of the sun?
Now, there's an idea. Duh.
How about sheltering beneath that rock you're standing on? Even in the middle of the day, it can still be cool in the shade.
A rock? Shade? No sun umbrella? How cheap is this vacation? Okay, I guess it's worth a try. Hey, that is better. What the? Get out of here, you guys!
They need to keep cool too, Henry.
Cool? Talk about shared body warmth. Why can't they just find their own rock?
It can get pretty hot in the desert.
Really? And there's me thinking I was sitting in my furnace.
During the day, the temperature can get hot enough to cook eggs on the ground, and very few animals can survive that.
Me included.
So desert animals have all found their own ways of keeping cool.
Like a built-in fan?
No, like finding some shade, where it's always a few degrees cooler than in the direct sunlight.
Still pretty hot, though.
Sure, which is why some animals have developed more specialized ways of keeping cool. Like these elephants. Their big ears act like radiators. Just like this rabbit's, letting some of the heat escape from the body.
Well, this guy doesn't have big ears.
No, by keeping his feet off the sand, he stays cool.
Cool? Looks kind of goofy to me.
This Kitzlitz's plover.
This whose blubber?
Kitzlitz's plover.
Excuse me. I didn't know you spoke Martian.
Thank you, Henry.
You're welcome. So, this blubber...
Well, she keeps her eggs cool by sitting on them and covering them in stones when she has to leave the nest.
But don't her feathers make her hot?
No, the air trapped between her feathers keeps her cool. Her body temperature can be up to 30 degrees cooler than the desert air.
Excuse me, but that's amazing.
Of course, the best way to keep cool is to stay out of the sun altogether. Many desert animals, like these elephant shrews, spend the hot days in nice, cool burrows. In fact, the elephant shrew mainly comes out at night when it's cooler.
And all the clubs are open.
Henry, these guys have a hard enough time staying alive. I don't think they go to clubs.
No nightclubs? That's it. That travel agent is hearing from my attorney.
Oh, Henry. Henry, it's time for your report. Henry, it's time for your special report.
What? Now?
Yes, Henry, now.
Oh.
You are ready, aren't you?
Of course I am. What was it about again?
You're supposed to be telling us all about camels.
Oh, right. Here goes. Okay, camels almost always live in the desert and are really well equipped for living with all that sand. How am I doing so far?
So far, so good, Henry.
I am? Cool. So, camels, yeah. What many people don't know is that a long time ago, the deserts had a lot more water in them, which meant that everybody had to get around in boats, and these boats were sailed by the camels, which is why camels are called ships of the desert. But then, the weather changed. There was no more rain, and the sun got much hotter, so the water turned to sand. The camels' boats couldn't sail anymore, and the camels were reduced to carrying the passengers one at a time on their backs.
Are you sure about this, Henry?
Sure, I'm sure.
Okay, so why do they have those humps then?
That's easy. They use one of them to store fuel in. It can be a long way between gas stations in the desert.
I hate to think what they use the other one for.
It's for when they run out of fuel, they just pop open the other hump and pull out their fold-up bicycles. How environmentally friendly can you get? So now you know the truth about camels, and that's straight from the lizard's mouth. So do I get an A or what?
Absolutely and definitely not.
Didn't I even get one bit right?
Not even one, Henry.
Rats.
Well, actually, you weren't completely wrong. Camels are called ships of the desert because they carry people.
See?
In fact, before the car, they were the only way to get across the desert. And they do kind of store fuel in their humps.
I told you!
But it's not gasoline. It's fat. Camels often have to go for long periods of time without eating. And when they do, they burn up the fat for energy.
Burn? Don't they get even hotter?
They don't set fire to it, Henry. Their bodies use the fat up instead of food. They can go for weeks without water, too. Months when the weather's cooler. They can lose up to a third of their body fluid. But when they get to water, they can drink over 25 gallons in a few minutes. If a human tried that, it would kill them.
Excuse me, but that's incredibly amazing.
Camels are amazing animals, Henry. They have long eyelashes to keep the sand out of their eyes.
Cute.
And their feet are especially broad and flat to stop them sinking into the dunes. You know, even their blood is specially designed for the desert. It doesn't thicken when they're short of water, like most other mammals.
Ah, yes. But can they mix me a strawberry milkshake?
Oh, Henry. Who's your friend, Henry?
That's my patent-pending automatic water diviner. I get fed up hanging around for the waiter. This is going to lead me straight to the nearest water. Doesn't seem to be working.
Well, water is very scarce in the desert, you know. Some animals have to go for days without a single drop.
Well, this lizard can't. Hey, I think we got a bite.
Yeah? So where's the water?
I don't know. Ow! Hey! Wait for me! Well, hey, look! Water!
Henry, are you okay?
Oh, sure. I love the taste of sand. Where'd the water go?
Henry, I think you just found out what a mirage is. But don't give up. It is possible to find water in the desert.
Where? I don't see any water fountains around here.
No, but in some deserts, like the Namib Desert in southwestern Africa, sea mist blows in each morning, and animals have learned to use it, like this fog stand beetle.
I think I can guess what he does.
Exactly. They stand in a special position that lets the fog condense on their bodies and run into their mouths. Now, beetles aren't the only desert animal who get water this way. This snake is licking moisture off its body. And this gecko is catching it with its tongue.
Gecko? That's like a lizard, right?
Sort of, Henry.
Thought so. Smart guys, geckos.
To survive, desert animals have to find water wherever they can. Carnivores get both food and drink from their prey, as animals are around 70% water.
And some are 100% hot air.
Excuse me.
See what I mean?
Many animals only come out at night when there's more moisture around. This porcupine knows this melon is plump and juicy because it's full of water. Finding a melon patch is almost as good as finding water.
Although, not as good as finding an extra huge glass of... Man, am I thirsty. You don't think he'd give me some of his melon, do you? Hey! Come back with that melon!
I don't think he's going to, Henry. With water being so scarce, desert animals don't share it with anyone except their families.
Whoa! Gotta keep going. Gotta find water. Sheesh. I've heard of quicksand, but slow shifting sand? How does anybody get around on this stuff?
Desert animals have adapted to life on the sand, Henry. They're more suited to it than you are.
Yeah? Well, if this works, it'll suit me just fine.
It'll never work.
Alakazam! Yo, Rugman! Take me to the nearest swimming pool.
Henry? Henry! Desert animals don't have magic carpets. Ostriches get around on the sand with wide splayed feet.
A bit like camels.
That's right.
Except for the humps, of course.
Yes, thank you. This web-footed gecko uses its wide feet for shoveling sand as well as walking,
I told you geckos are smart.
while other animals go as fast as they can so their feet touch the hot sand as little as possible.
Now those guys I feel sorry for, slithering along on their bellies all the time.
Actually, Henry, this sidewinder snake never has more than half its body in contact with the sand at any time.
But it's going sideways. How does it see where it's going?
Considering how poisonous it is, I don't think too many animals would get in its way.
Hey, anyone lost a carpet slipper?
That's a golden mole, Henry, and he's burrowing under the sand. His eyes are totally covered in skin, so unlike the sidewinder, he can't see where he's going.
Well, I guess at least it's nice and cool under the sand.
Very good, Henry.
Geckos aren't the only smart animals around here.
And now, ladies and gentle lizards, it's time for a Henry's Amazing Golden Gecko Award.
The prize winners for the all-time best desert animal are... In third place is the camel, because it has feet like snowshoes and eyelashes like Marilyn Monroe, all helping it to live on the sand. In second place is the porcupine, which always knows how to get a drink in the desert, even if it doesn't share it around. But the winner of the Golden Gecko Award for the best desert animal is... the scorpion! These guys must be the best adapted animal of all for desert living. They can go without water for months and without food for over a year. Sheesh! 10 minutes without a snack and I'm a wreck. They even breathe slowly, so they lose less water than most other animals. They spend most of the day deep in their burrows, which are always cool and moist at the bottom. Even when there's no water, they have a kind of waterproof wax body armor that keeps what they've got in. Scorpions are predators, and at night they come out to hunt. They get moisture from their prey, but they also have been known to eat each other. They are the ultimate survivors, and that's why they get the Golden Gecko Award for being the best desert animal.
Student drivers. Ugh.
Hey, I'm a diamond in the rough.
Did you find any water then, Henry?
Not a drop. The room service in this desert is terrible.
Never mind.
What do you mean, never mind? I'm so thirsty I could drain Lake Erie.
Well, I have an idea that water is on the way. Look over there.
Rain? Here? Oh, shucks! There goes the vacation!
Water's water, Henry.
Ah, well, at least it'll be good for the desert animals.
And then some, Henry. One desert didn't have any rain for over 400 years.
400 years? That's amazing!
It sure is. Anyway, When it does rain, boy, does it rain.
Hey, is that a plant?
Yep, and its seed could have been in the ground for years, just waiting for the rain to make it grow.
Excuse me, did he come from a frog seed?
No, but he's also been buried in the ground waiting for the rain.
For 400 years?
No, Henry, but they can wait like that for up to 6 months.
Now, that's what I call sleeping in. That's not fair! Those flowers have been waiting years to grow, and now they're being eaten.
But the animals have been waiting too, Henry.
Aww.
That's nature for you.
Wow, it doesn't look like a desert now.
A desert is only a desert because it doesn't have any rain. There are even areas of the oceans that could be called deserts.
The oceans? But they're full of water.
But it's salt water, not a drop to drink.
Flowers! In my desert.
It was the rain, Henry. It made them bloom.
And talking of rain, I can get a drink now.
You always could, Henry. Or did you forget?
Forget what? Oh no! It's not a real desert or even a real vacation resort. I've been in my sandbox all along.
Sometimes, Henry, I think your imagination gets the better of you.
Oh well. Who needs water when there's root beer? Hey! Hey! Wait up! Those are my sodas!
There's plenty for everyone, Henry. Remember, you've got to drink all you can when you're an amazing desert animal.